Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, my fantastic family and friends? It's your boy, Mr. Dominique, aka the Scorpio King, baby. Let's get into it. I want to circle back to the demon conversation that I was having because, one thing for sure, y'all, I feel like one of my biggest purposes right now in life is to bring awareness to the darkness. I feel like I'm just so serious, man. Awareness to the darkness. Stop thinking that the devil isn't real. Stop thinking that the devil doesn't exist. Stop thinking that demons aren't real. Stop thinking that you can't get possessed if your heart isn't right. If you don't have the word of God in you, stop thinking that you can't be harassed by demons just because you have the word of God in you. There's so much that I just want to bring awareness to my fellow brothers and sisters that are out here helping fight this war against all the darkness. And I tell you what, man, one thing I am proud to be seeing right now is when I turn on my phone, I see a lot more spiritual brothers and sisters speaking up and speaking out. I see a lot more positivity, coming across in the algorithm. I love it. I don't know what you all are seeing in your phones, but I'm just telling you what I'm seeing in mine. I open up my phone, there's just so much conversations about God right now. So many people talking about God, bringing awareness to God. Maybe it's because of what I'm searching and looking up, maybe, but that's what I see, and I love it. I'm loving it. I can open up my phone and boom, right there, there's a message from God to me, or there's a message about God from somebody else, and I get to hear it and listen to it. I just absolutely love it. But getting back to bringing this awareness to demons and darkness, another thing I want to talk about, something I heard recently, is I want to go back to the difference between a demon and an unclean spirit, if there's a difference. And now in a video I did earlier, I said there's not a difference. Same thing, different names. A demon is an unclean spirit. An unclean spirit is a demon. An unclean spirit basically turns into a demon if it doesn't start off as a demon. The time it spends trapped out here in the world, in the universe, it turns into a demon. All right. So, but I heard a different take. Someone gave a take on quite possibly what the difference is between an unclean spirit and a demon. And I want to share that with you all, okay? Because again, one thing I want to make clear about myself in these videos is no matter what I feel I know, no matter what I think I know, no matter how smart I try to come across on here about certain information, I don't know nothing at all. I don't know nothing. None of us, we don't know anything at all. All we have is the research that we go into. We dissect it. We come up with a solution to the problem. We feel a certain way about the answer. We believe it or we don't. You know what I mean? But the one thing that I think we all need to realize is that we don't know nothing. We think we know, but we don't really know. And there's no way to really know. But you can't walk through life just not knowing, not even trying to find out, right? I heard someone say that a unclean spirit is what possesses you from the inside. An unclean spirit possesses you from within. Whereas a demon tries to, I won't say possess you, but a demon harasses you from the outside. Or maybe it does try to possess you. It's an entity that dwells on the outside and is trying to get in. A demon's trying to get in. So there's a couple ways to look at that. The demon is trying to get in, and so demons are floating around on the outside and they're trying to get in to possess you, or they just simply can only harass you from the outside. They can't really get on the inside of you. They're the voices that you hear that try to make you do bad things. So, like, a demon is what would convince you to tell a lie. A demon would convince you to, murder someone in an act of rage at that moment. In that moment, you're mad, and the demon saying, yes, you should kill him. Yes, you should stab him. You got the knife in your hand, stab him. You're choking him out, don't let him go. Keep choking till life is gone. Like the demons on that voice on the outside is just telling you to do everything wrong and everything bad. An unclean spirit is from within, and it is what happens when you struggle with drug addictions and pornography and um, you know, anxiety and depression and things of that nature. It possesses you from within, and when you struggle with porn, and when you struggle with any kind of illness, when you struggle with anxiety and depression and suicidal thoughts, that's an unclean spirit inside of you possessing you from within. So, and again, this is someone else's take, not mine's. But I just want to share it with you all that it's something to think about. You know, again, we should never walk around thinking we know everything, and it's always good to hear everyone else's point of view. So I heard this point of view, and I thought I would share it with you all that if there's a difference between an unclean spirit and a demon, it quite possibly is the examples I just gave you. How do I feel about that? I don't know. Right now, I'm still leaning more towards them being the same thing. Um, that's a very slight difference. If that's the difference between them, that's not a huge difference. I would assume that a demon could still talk you into being from the outside, because a demon is on the outside and will harass you from the outside. Then it will still talk you into being sick, staying sick, and believing you're sick. It will still talk you into, wanting to kill yourself. You may feel suicidal on the inside from the unclean spirit, but then the demons on the outside saying, yes, pull the trigger, kill yourself. Go ahead, swallow the pills, it's okay. So in a way that both of them, they work together, they work hand in hand. So again, if there's a difference, it's not a huge difference, in my opinion. So as of now, I still go with a demon and an unclean spirit being the same thing. But those are some interesting points to consider. So I just wanted to share that with you all. To go back to demons, because I also heard someone else speak about demons harassing you from the outside, getting in your ear and saying things. Don't always look for that to be a supernatural type of thing. Sometimes the demons are people. They're people. They're people, human beings, people or people people you're close to, or people you're not close to. Someone you could be having a conversation with, and they're saying something to you, trying to give you bad advice or trying to lead you down the wrong path in the wrong direction, and they're possessed by a demon, and that demon knows it's telling you the wrong thing to do. It knows it's leading you the wrong way. So be careful who you let in your ear. Be careful who you take advice from. Be careful who you allow to lead you a certain way, because you never know what their intentions are and who they're being led by or what they're being led by. And one more thing before I get up out of here, family. I was thinking about this earlier, on a conversation about unclean spirits possessing people, or unclean spirits dwelling inside people. When an unclean spirit wants to possess you again, say it possessed you once before and you overcame it and kicked it out, so you kicked a certain habit or kicked a certain bad thing you were into, that unclean spirit considers you to be home. Your vessel was that unclean spirit's home, and that unclean spirit always wants to return back home. So that's why sometimes when you kick certain habits, it's not just a one and done. You got to constantly still battle overcoming that habit, because that unclean spirit, that demon, wants to get back into you. So if you've kicked any kind of habits in your lifetime, and you wonder why people have to still struggle with their habits, even though they've kicked it and they're over it, but they still have to struggle with remaining sober from it, or remaining, having had got over it. It's because that unclean spirit, that demonic spirit, that demon, whatever you want to call it, that talked you into that habit, that led you into that habit, is trying to get back into you, because your vessel was his home. And here's the crazy part, y'all. When an unclean spirit returns back to you to try to get back into its home, it brings 7 more unclean spirits with it that's even more wicked than it is. Y'all need to get this, man. Y'all need to really get this. I'm trying to help y'all because I love you. I love you. And I want to see more of you come over to the light. When an unclean spirit wants to return back home to your vessel, it brings 7 more unclean spirits with it that are more wicked than it is. So you've already dealt with one wicked spirit and you overcame that. That same spirit keeps on trying to get back into your vessel until the day you die, because your vessel was its home, and it's going to keep on trying to return to your vessel. And if it ever makes its way back into your vessel, it brings 7 more wicked, unclean spirits with it that are worse than it was. So when you kick a habit and you allow that habit to come back into your life, it's going to be even harder to kick it the second time. So please be aware that the devil ain't playing with y'all. He ain't playing with us. He strategically is trying to destroy you. And he's not taking no chances. If he comes back, he's bringing 7 more with him. Get that. Understand that. You have to have the word of God in you, man. You know, you gotta, I can't stress this to you enough. Get God in your life. Demons can't dwell, you know, inside a person with the word of God in them. All they can do is harass you from the outside and try to say stuff and whisper in your ear. But they can't dwell within. They can't take up residence in your soul, in your body, and sit next to your soul and piggyback on your soul. They can't do that when you got the word of God within you, because having the word of God in you is like having a cross inside your chest. And you know, when a demon tries to get in there, he takes one look at that cross and flees right back out. You're protected. The word of God protects you from the demons, the wicked spirits, the unclean spirits. They can't dwell inside you. So on the outside, they keep trying to harass you and say things to you to kind of, you know, mess you up. No matter what, you're not immune to the challenges, the trials and tribulations of the wicked ones and the dark ones. No matter how strong you are, no matter how saved you think you are, you will always have to fight against darkness, always. So keep the light in you. Keep the word of God near you, close to you. Have an understanding of who God is and how he works, how God works. You ain't got to be, I can't tell you last time I've been in church. If I'm being honest with you, I can't tell you last time I've been in somebody's church. And I'm closer to God now than I ever been. I got nothing against the church, but I'm just telling you, you don't got to be in a church to be saved. You don't got to be in a church to be close to God. A church is just a building that people go to meet and have fellowship. It's just a building. Fellowship can be done anywhere, anywhere, anywhere. 3 or more gather and start talking about God. That's fellowship, and that can be done anywhere. Church is just a building with it's just a building with walls, y'all. It's just a place to congregate. It's just a place to meet up and have fellowship. You can be saved and get saved anywhere, anytime. Okay? Get that word of God in you. If you like what you hear, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for all notifications. Like and share your boy videos. I'm Mr. Dominique, aka the Scorpio King, saying peace, one love, stay blessed. I love y'all. Turn away from the darkness. Walk into the light. I'm out.